Now that we've added color, it is time for us to paint our owls. And I want to share with you how we are going to use the watercolors. Watercolors are called watercolors because it takes water in order to make them work. So you are going to need a paintbrush, a paper towel, your water bucket, and your paints. I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to wet my brush down and I'm going to wet a color. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wet the violet. Now if I want a very light violet, I'm just going to go tickle, tickle, tickle. And do you see how the violet is very, very light? It's not very dark at all. But if I want a dark violet, I'm going to go tickle, 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 tickle. I'm going to give it lots of tickles. And then do you see the difference? It's going to be darker. So the more tickles you give the watercolor, the darker it's going to be. Now, if I want to change colors, so let me finish. Let's just go ahead and we're going to finish this up right in here really quickly. Now, notice that I am using purple, and because even if I run out of paint, because I'm going back to the same color, I do not need to rinse my brush. But if my brush, when I'm painting, if it gets dry and it doesn't look like the paint is getting on here properly, I'm going to go back, I'm going to get some more water, I'm going to tickle the paint again, and I am going to paint in that area. Now another thing that you want to be thinking about is how you hold the brush. When you write your name with a pencil, you probably don't hold your pencil way back here. You hold it up here so that you can write nice and neatly. So it's the same way with a brush. This is not going to be very neat. We want to hold the brush by the metal. This gives us more control over where the paint is going. So I'm going to finish that purple. Now tell me, I just painted with purple. Can I go in and just go right to yellow? If you answered no, you are correct. I want to talk about how you're going to rinse your brush. You're not just going to swirl. You're going to bring your brush all the way down to the bottom of the bucket. You're going to paint back and forth, pretend like you're painting the bottom of the bucket, and then you're going to paint your paper towel. And you're going to notice that if your paper towel is clean and there's no paint on it, then your brush is nice and clean. You can go back into the water and you can get your new paint, tickle, 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 and you can start painting with your new color. Every time you change colors, you have to rinse your brush and make sure all the paint is gone from your brush before you go to a new color. Now you're going to notice that I'm painting this section. Each section is a different color. So do I want to do yellow down here? If you said no, you are right. I want to go back. I want to rinse my brush. I'm painting the bottom of the bucket. I'm going to check to make sure it's clean. And then I'm going to paint with another color. So maybe I paint with green. Now I want to show you something. If I just swished like that and I went like that, is my brush clean? Nope. That tells me I need to go back and I need to rinse it some more. Paint the bottom of the bucket. Look at how painting the bottom of the bucket really changes how my brush gets clean. So that is what we are going to do. So you're going to paint inside. Each of these are going to be a different color. You can even paint inside these different colors. You can paint the crown and you can paint your wings. I would suggest that your wings maybe be the same color on either side. Have fun!